It's not gonna be good. Okay. It is Thursday, July 17th, 2025. This is the regular monthly board meeting of the Augsburg Bridge and Port Authority. It is 5:01 p.m. I call this meeting to order. Mr. Lawrence, any letters or communications to the board?
None, Mr. Chairman.
Approval of board minutes.
March 2025 were already approved. So this evening we are approving the April, May, and June regular meeting minutes.
Okay, is it, thank you.
Yeah, I reviewed them all, they're all in order. Look good, accurate.
Is there a motion to approve the April 25, May 2025, June 2025 regular board meeting minutes? Made and a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Before we move on, and be able to move things along quicker and allow others who may need to get on the road to get out of here, we have a need for executive session, Mr. Lawrence.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there's a need to go into executive session for matters relating to section 105, 1F of the Open Meetings Law. The medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation. We do anticipate, we do anticipate some action by form of vote after we come out.
Thank you. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So.
Made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We're in executive session. Back on? Okay. We can continue on with the regular agenda. The business
Report.
matters as a result of executive session will be taken care of in the agenda. Reports, committee reports, finance committee report. Okay.
Finance committee met this evening, and we went over the financials, and I'm going to turn it over to Patty to present those to the board.
Thank you. We did our statement of financial position. You will see our accounts receivable and regular are 534,000, which is a good number to have out there. Unfortunately, right now, or at the end of May, 74% of our opening are more than 30 days. We have a couple of larger vendors who have gotten behind due to extenuating circumstances. They have since paid their invoices, so we're in a much better place in July. Our accounts payable regular are only at 129,000, so we're in excellent position there. Our project accounts payable is at 1.9 million. Of that, we have paid 1.3. Our project accounts payable, of course, we have to wait until we get reimbursed from different grants in order to then pay out the money. If you look at our second page, you'll see our accounts, projects. RBC investment has paid it to 6 million. That is being held for the fourth dock wall expansion. Our consolidated reserve is at 1.1, and the others are our debt service balances that we have to pay. Our construction in progress, our largest project, of course, is the revitalization project at the airport at this point, and the waterway behind it is our drainage project that Rocky was discussing. Our accounts payable, our top 7 vendors. It's nice to see that we only have 7 vendors and they've all been since paid. A note for everyone right now, at this moment in time, The stabilization funding that we received last July is just finished. We're waiting now for this year's stabilization money to come in. And it was the formal request for the funding went out last year on the exact same date that we requested this year. So we should see this year's stabilization funding in the next couple of weeks, so months. Any questions on the statement of financial position? We'll move on to the budget to actuals. With the increase in, or the change in fee structure that the airport manager put in, we now have increased into plane fees, and some of the plane and service fee income is to the credit of our over budget in revenue for the airport. About 3 years ago, Chris Cochran recommended that we do a 10% shortfall in our Commerce Park tenant revenue. That would cover any tenants who might leave unexpectedly in the middle of a term. And that is what is giving us the $65,000 plus in our Commerce Park tenant revenue. Our port revenue is up because we did not anticipate our salt chips coming in this early. We had expected them to come in around September timeframe when they usually do. Our general expenses across the board, we have to adjust the budget. I forgot, doing the budget, that we pay all the new insurances, the commercial insurances in August, but they actually become prepaid that we dole out every month. And all I did was put it in August instead of doing the monthly dole out. So these overages on the expenses will not be there next month. But in the bridge, we did have the audit bill came in, and that was paid. When we look at the airport interest expense, that's going to be the line of credit for the airport terminal renovation, and we anticipated that that project would be done by now, so we're carrying the interest that we have anticipated. The Commerce Park maintenance expense, we had some additional costs to clean the debris file over past Anson. We've gotten that completely cleaned out. It's been hydro-seeded. The liability is gone from that, but we had some extra expenses that came to approximately $23,000. And on our Marina terminal, the employee benefits, we had to catch up on the health and welfare benefit that we give to our ILA members. It should have been done in January when the contract brings their rate into being, and we forgot to do update the health and welfare, so we've done that now. Any questions on the budget to action?
Bridge revenue. This is the first month that the decrease in traffic shows up as a decrease in revenue against the budget, correct?
April of the first month of the fiscal year, yes. And it is growing. May and June, well, May and April and May, we were $80-some thousand below budget. June has hit $112,000.
But in income, bridge revenue,
Is down 48.
Right.
There isn't,
So year-to-date showing the first month, we're starting to hit less than budgeted amount of revenue.
yes. Now, we had upped the bridge amount to
80, I think it's 85, yeah.
We moved it up from 82. And now we're going back, these numbers are reminiscent of older numbers.
Yes. I'll wait till the next report to comment anything.
On a good note, the last small term loan that we had, which was for $500,000, has been paid off in July, and it's 8 or 9 months. So it was due to be paid off next year.
Excellent.
So the only things we have left are the big mortgage that was taken out a number of years ago, that was renegotiated in January, will be paid off in 2028, and the big bond that none of us will be here for.
Understood.
Its payoff date is 2047, so it'll be long past.
Fingers
There is a
crossed.
spot coming up where you can pay it down if you want to. But I just don't want to take
With what money?
advantage. Exactly. But
Well, pay one off even is an accomplishment. So, I don't know, Steve, maybe you should give her half a day off. Maybe, I'm thinking Friday before the Highland game.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Nicole
probably
gets it.
until noon the Monday.
And another piece of good information, I keep stealing James's shit money, and we have $260,000 put away towards an estimated $306,000 license bill. So, knock on wood, we should have the money put aside to pay that on time this year, actually, a little late.
That's
Keep making us fish.
quite an accomplishment. Okay. Anything else? Let's move on to Personnel Committee.
Yes. We have one resolution that's coming up. I think it's top of the agenda. We have had a very promising candidate accept our offer for the airport event coordinator. So because it is kind of a new position and it's going to require some creativity and I think a lot of self-direction. I think this candidate she had some great ideas at her interview and I think she'll be kind of an exciting person to watch and see what she can do with this position. But I think we're excited about it. I mean, hopefully we can put her to work sooner rather than later. But
Hopefully.
She starts Monday.
yeah.
Good. Anyone have any questions of Megan regarding personnel? If not, we'll move on to the bridge traffic report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let's talk about traffic trends. Total crossings were down 37.9% from June of 2019, our so-called normal year. And then they were down 26.8% from last year, June of 2024. Auto crossings were down overall 41% in June of 2019, and truck crossings were down 10.5% from June of 2019. Revenue impacts, June of 2025 revenue was down $112,756 compared to June of 2019, and it was down $53,375 compared to June of last year. Patty's got a nice year-to-date category, and that's January to June revenue losses. So we've lost $205,000 $575 below the same period for 2024 and $383,062 below the same period in 2019. What I'm reading you here is off of a report that I sent out to a number of our elected leaders, and I've been doing that for the past 3 months. I have been getting exceptional feedback. One of them was from Assemblyman Gray, who asked if we had directional numbers, meaning south and northbound lane, and Patty's department got that instantly, and we sent that on to him. It's a little tough to read in that you really have to know that, you know, if you're getting less people coming over, you're going to have less people going back. So it's kind of hard to, but it'll give you trends over time. But I was very encouraged that the interest that the Assemblyman took in that, and then we've gotten that from our federal leaders too. So it's encouraging that they want to know those numbers there, and the governor's office are updated monthly with those reports. You've got some questions?
Comment.
Okay.
Actually, it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe, when Steve and Anthony and I attended the governor's press conference up in Saranac Lake. And afterwards, actually during a presentation on the boards up in front of the whole audience, we were the top saying how much our traffic was down, and she made reference to it in her discussion.
Or to say I should have had a printout, but we were wondering for main bullet points.
Yeah.
It was Ogdensburg Bridge.
So after the presentation, I was fortunate enough to get over to her, and she asked me how traffic was outside of that, and I said it's still down, and I said, Governor, we will lose hundreds of thousands of dollars this calendar year because of the lack of traffic over our bridge. And she shook her head and said it's just so unfortunate. So she's aware, and staff in Albany is aware of where we are regarding this. And as a conversation we had before the meeting actually started, if anyone thinks this is going to improve this calendar year, you're mistaken. It's not going to happen. For whatever the reasons are, Canadians are not coming across the border like they have in the past. And for us specifically, it's going to cost us a lot of money and wreak havoc with our budget and what we can do, and what our mission is in this area. That everyone needs to know the truth about it. Don't count on things getting better, especially this calendar year. Plain and simple. This will go with me. Anything else? These?
Yes.
I'll bring you a copy anyway.
Well, here, you can take that one. That's my summary.
Oh, good. Thank you. Anything else?
That's it for bridge traffic.
Thank you. No, I'm going to bring mine. Airport activity report. Charlie? Charlie? Oh, he's in Thailand.
Nope. He was on the call.
Is he?
If you can,
Charlie, you're here?
I am on.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie, I went over and ate at your restaurant, but you weren't there.
How was it?
Thank God.
It was very good. I had the, what was it, fried chicken and the white rice, and the daughter had the, drunken noodles.
That's just one of the popular one.
It was very good.
So, so for the airport wise, actually, I'm sure you guys have that right in front of you guys. Employment wise for June alone, we had 30 flights going out, so no cancellations. Employment wise, we were 897 going from OGS to IAD, and then deployment we have we're looking at 1,003 for deployments, which is still continue increasing for employments. I know the on-time percentage looked a little low, but it's they were having a lot of issue coming out of Dulles for ATC congestion. So there was a lot of flight that was slightly delayed. So even though slightly delayed, still contribute to that percentage of delay percentage. So on time percentage. So they're working on better on there. I think we're looking at better for this month for on time percentage, but last month was low. It was a little bad for on time percentage wise for Breeze. But overall, I'm sure everybody heard about the RDU flight. That RDU flight is starting after Labor Day, which is September 1st. Our RDU flight starts Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. It'll be roughly about 10:27 a.m. departure from RDU and arriving in OGS roughly about 12:27. And we're looking at probably a 1 o'clock departure from OGS and getting into RDU about 3:17. That's the current schedule that's set for. Breeze connection. So there's a breeze through on that connection. If any traveler that's want that, they're looking that plane, the same plane it's going into MCO, which is Orlando International Airport. So anybody that wants to get into Orlando, they can use the same plane without getting off the plane to get into Orlando. I think currently, which is I think it was really very great. Currently, the price is priced at $45 one way into Orlando. So that's with a connection into RDU, um, which I think is great. Great pricing. Um, for same day connection wise, I think we're looking at Tampa, so you can connect right into Tampa on the same day, getting off the plane. You can also connect into Fort Myers Southwest International Airport, which is down in Fort Myers, Central Florida. And where or not, if you do want to go to Providence, Rhode Island, there's a same day connection into Providence, Rhode Island, which is TF Green's International Airport. Um, but overnight connection wise, there is you can get into San Diego, which is all the way across into the West Coast if you hop on an overnight connection, and also New Orleans if you need to go to New Orleans for any activities. So far, that's what we got out of RDU, which is, and then exciting stuff to share is that um, OGS to RDU is already having a higher load factor for September than OGS going to IAD. So that's a very good to see. And I also shared this with Steve too. In the first 24 hours, we stole over 200 legs of tickets, so 200 segments of tickets in the first 24 hours for RDU segment, just RDU, no connections into anywhere, just direct RDU. So that's really great to see. But besides that, that's we're looking at great projection for July too. I mean, we're looking at upwards 12 to 13, 1,200 employments for going to IAD in July. So we're still expecting that to climb in August. And with September coming in mind, I think we're we're in a pretty good spot for RDU to launch to boost that employment even more.
Good job, Charlie. Charlie, I understand Breeze announced today 5 new cities they're going to on the West Coast.
That is correct.
Do you remember what they are? I don't.
I do not. I have to look it up, but I think I gotta look it up, but I believe there were 4 routes that was announced with our routes with the our RDU to Arnsberg or Arnsberg to RDU, but I think we were the one of the best performing selling routes for first 24 hours for the same segment, I guess, the same length. We were the best selling one for Arnsberg into RDU, which is very surprising to see. I think people are getting onto it. And I believe the Ticket Tuesday, a lot of people are getting a great deal out of it, on especially going into RDU and connecting. So I think a lot of people even pretty exciting about that new route. So
That was my question, Charlie. If it's still, you can still get the discount on Tuesdays for the RDU, flight.
you can,
And
yes,
that's in person 11 to 1, right?
that is correct. So let's say, we'll be talking about 45 hours for one way going from OGS into MCO. I mean, I think roughly if it's $45, you're roughly probably looking at around $35 to $36 if you buy in person. That will get you into Orlando one way.
So you said again, it's Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or Sunday?
Sunday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. The reason
We're
Breeze
talking about
chose those.
RDU?
No.
Correct,
I'm talking,
correct.
You're talking.
I'm asking about RDU. The
RDUs
3 days.
are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. The reason why they choose those dates because those dates for ever since Breeze has launched, those days has been the lightest day out of all the routes. So we're switching focus to see where a different route we can bring people to connecting on more and boost our employments through those connections.
So Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday for RDU. And I, Washington is
Monday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday
Monday, Thursday,
to
Washington.
Charlie, some of those cities out west are Burbank,
Arcata, Redmond, Eugene, and Pasco, Tri-Cities.
Yep.
so it
Yep.
gets you on the west coast then, eh?
Yep. So those soon as those starts, Breeze will get those turned on onto our network as soon as they starts from those airphone RDU. So as long as that's starting, they will start popping up on our map if somebody put originating from OGS and going into whatever destination they need to go on the West Coast.
Okay. That's good. I'm still trying to get into Denver, just for your own
Uh,
information.
I'll definitely pass that feedback on. And then to actually just update a board, actually, I think update all the staff, management staff on it. We had our first sold out flight, I believe that was 3 weeks ago on a Sunday. It was 137 going into Washington, fully booked on a Sunday going out, which is, I thought it was very impressive going into IED, but that plane was fully sold.
We
Like it
had
wasn't even.
86 last Sunday.
Yeah, it was not that Sunday. It was maybe the Sunday before that. It was
For that,
137.
yeah. It's still 86 is pretty good.
Yeah. So our Sundays and Mondays and Fridays been pretty strong days. I think a lot of travelers are traveling to DC for tourism purpose, or they're coming up here and renting a car going to Ottawa for tourism purpose for the quick getaway. So we've been seeing a lot of that going to increase.
Excellent. Any questions of Charlie?
No questions, but Charlie, just a quick story, and I'd love you to pass it on to the Greece folks, especially the pilots. I'm not sure which one it was. But my daughter and 3 other people flew last week to IAD for a National Police Activities League Youth Leadership Conference. And the flight was delayed because of the weather in IAD. And the pilot on Breeze took that opportunity to get our girls in the cockpit and teach them all about flying. I got some great pictures, and I think they may have inspired some future pilots out of it. So, you take lemons and make lemonade, but what an incredible opportunity for them to be able to see that firsthand and sit right up there in those pilot seats and get some lessons right from the pilots. It definitely was a standout from their entire trip. So if you could pass along our gratitude, I just think that just goes to show when you're with a smaller airline, the personal touch and support that you get from them.
Okay,
That should
I'll
go-
definitely pass it on. I'll pass it on to Eric. I'm sure he will. He loves to hear that kind of stuff. So I'll definitely get that to him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? She's got it. Yeah. Charlie, one more question.
Yeah,
Charlie? Did you hang up on me?
still here.
What time is it there?
We're currently 7:13 in the morning.
Oh. I was hoping it was earlier.
Thank you, Charlie. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
Anything else, Charlie? We let him go back to bed?
Let the manager.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, guys.
That is excellent news. When Breeze first approached us about being here, we were hoping things would get better with them, our relationship and their destinations. And I think recently they've shown they definitely want to work with us, and how the flights to Raleigh, Durham opens up so many more places in that time. I think thanks to staff and working so well with Breeze, things are really looking much better. That's right, you voted no.
I did vote
There you go.
I sure did.
Nothing wrong with that.
I am so excited that we're in our A game.
Take the kudos.
Really just-
If there's ever a time to be wrong, it's this way. Not that.
Okay, that's our port activity report.
Notable for the Port of Augsburg, we received 1 vessel, as Patty mentioned, and we didn't receive a single rail car last month, which is a little bit odd. We still loaded a good amount of trucks out the door. Next week, the New York State salt bid results will become public. So once that becomes awarded to the winning company of the bid, I think conversations will start with bringing additional
For
vessels
this year or next year?
this year.
Really? In July?
Yep.
Kind of late, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's typically why we.
Always late. So what happens is the salt companies end up bidding the Midwest stuff and everything, and they look in New York State. Some of the companies look at it as, we're just gonna throw a number at it, we get it. And some of those companies are the companies we deal with. So a lot of times they're underbid. And they always say they could give better prices if OGS will bid that earlier.
Right.
That hasn't changed in 10 years.
Let's hope it's a company we deal with.
So there's a possibility of 2 to 4 vessels, depending on, who wins this bid, but try to be optimistic about the future. Conversations continue with possible steel and the single replacement turbine vessels, but for projects, they're looking more like a spring 2026, but we'll continue to have those conversations. And that is all I had for the report. If anybody has any questions.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
What agricultural products go by our port, you know?
Go by as in the seat on
Go by it. Either upriver or down.
corn and soybean or a couple that I'm aware of.
Where do most of our local farmers get their the grain stuff from? Okay?
Corn is grown, beans are grown more, everything else is trucked in.
Trucked in. Do you know where from?
It's feed mills, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, for the most part. Some products come from the Midwest, being rail. The big item I still don't think opportunities for us is more the mineral side. Products that are all affected by the tariffs.
Yep.
So we're unique, we have stored. That's really come to happen yet, but that's because there's really no demand.
Wasn't there?
All the one company.
No, we're still talking, we're still talking. But to your point, that's what's kind of keeping them.
I know there's 2 facilities in one house. We're not even, it's not even 17.
I just noticed more soybeans around St. Lawrence County this year than usual. I have no idea why.
Oh.
No, we don't.
No, I guess not.
Anyway.
There are more beans. Obviously, there's a big push on dairy. The governor's done a great job
Yeah.
for agriculture in general. Right? So,
Exactly.
it's important to note that, particularly what we have for facility here.
Another item for tomorrow. Good. Excellent. Anything else with James? Anthony?
Yeah, so starting with the occupancy report, we're holding steady. Thankfully, we haven't had any new vacancies. One highlight from the Commerce Park in particular is the new tenant that's taken office space. It's planning some investments in the space, which is nice to see. Carpet refresh and making some additional investment into the space, which is always nice to see. Last month, a lot of time's been spent on really business client retention activities. So taking care of the folks we have. There's been some things that have cropped up that we've had to deal with, from a maintenance standpoint, things like that. So a lot of time and effort and focus has been put on that to try to keep our clients happy. We did work with one client in particular on additional space in the Commerce Park, which resulted in about a 5% increase in their space. They're one of our major tenants in the park. We've gotten good visibility on the Welcome Canadian sign at the bridge. Overall, it's been very positive. We were on CBC radio, which was neat. So we got some good exposure on that. Just try to get the word out. The little things that we can do that are in our control, maybe better relations, and try to increase bridge traffic and flyers to the airport. So that's been kind of the last month of what we've seen and what we've been doing, and just trying to get just trying to get the house in order and keep it there. So if there's any questions, comments.
Any inquiries into, we've got 2 buildings with at least 10,000 square feet available.
We've had some preliminary conversations with some companies, very early stage stuff, just looking in general, or Canadian companies in particular. But a lot of it's been a wait and see. Like, we know it's a good move, but we're just so hesitant based on the tariff situation. And we don't know from week to week where things, where the chips are going to fall. So that makes it, a lot of folks that are shy to pull the trigger on space and make an investment on the side of the border.
Not knowing what the future may hold.
Exactly.
You want to make an investment if you don't know it's going to change.
Yeah. And they've been some companies that we would actually love to be able to work with. Like a good product line. They got, pride in their business. It's just, yep. Yeah. So baby steps for a lot of them.
As long as they know we're here.
Yep.
Anything else? Any questions of Anthony? Not, we'll move on. So, all right, any unfinished business?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Go to business items. Agenda item A1.
Looking at the appointment of the event coordinator. The event coordinator position is a brand new position. To organize outstanding events that pursuant to the open trade law at the Uplandsburg International Airport. The position will generate interest in and follow events from start to finish within the great room at the airport, supervise the janitorial staff at the terminal great room, scheduling, evaluating current employees, making recommendations for additional janitorial services, if necessary, and other duties as laid out in the job description. After thorough review and evaluation of those applications selected for further consideration, interviews were conducted with candidates for the position of event coordinator. Based on the results of those interviews, it is recommended that Susan Davis be appointed to the position of event coordinator at a starting salary of $61,000, prorated to the anticipated start date of 7/21/2025, with a 6-month probationary period and management confidentiality.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Made and seconded. Any discussion? Who's calling the roll? Patty?
Mr. Manella?
Yes.
Mr. King? Ms. Hickman? Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitman?
Yes.
Ms. Parrott?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item C1.
Approval of lease supplement number 2 with Day Automation. Staff has negotiated lease supplement number 2 with Day Automation for 2,324 square feet of office and warehousing space in Building 4 of the Commerce Park campus for a 1-year period commencing June 1st, 2025 and terminating May 31st of 2026 at a rate of $6.30 per square foot, equaling $1,220.10 per month, $14,641.20 for the 1-year period exclusive of utilities. All of the terms and conditions of the original lease agreement shall remain in full force and effect and are hereby ratified and affirmed.
Thank you. Motion
So moved.
Second.
made and seconded. Any discussion? Patty, call the roll, please.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Hickman?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitman?
Yes.
Ms. Parrott?
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Agenda item C2.
Okay, approval of lease supplement number 4 with KDM Analytics Incorporated. Staff has negotiated lease supplement number 4 with KDM Analytics Incorporated for 211 square feet of office space in Building 1 of the Commerce Park campus for a 2-year period commencing September 1st, 2025 and terminating August 31st, 2027 at a rate of $17.50 per square foot, equaling $307.71 per month, $7,385 for the 2-year period, inclusive of utilities. All of the terms and conditions of the original lease agreement shall remain in full force and effect and are hereby ratified and affirmed.
Thank you. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Ms. Pickman?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitman?
Yes.
Ms. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Minelli? Mr. King?
Agenda item C3.
Agenda item C3, approval of Tisdale Associates Engineering and Technical Services to replace a boiler in building number 1 in Commerce Park campus. The boiler system in building number 1 in Commerce Park campus is down one of the 2 boilers that provides heat to the leased space. Tisdale Associates has agreed to provide the following services: final planning, bidding assistance, and construction administration. The boiler system is crucial to all of our lease spaces, and this repair is crucial to adhere to the current leases. Tisdale Associates has previously performed engineering services at our facilities and is familiar with the existing mechanical systems. Staff has reviewed the details of this purchase and recommends purchasing the service from Tisdale Associates for a total not to exceed $8,900.
Thank you. Motion? Second?
Second.
Discussion?
Quick question. Is that 2 boilers?
Yep.
Are they looking at replacing just the one or both?
Just the one.
Is there a reason to look at replacing both? Have the same event before I allow them?
What was that last part?
Is there a reason to look at both?
Budget.
Yeah, financially, just,
Here, we got the right idea. It's just, we looked at that, but we got others. Okay.
Why do we need outside engineering to replace a boiler?
You don't want to get it, you need plans, you need to know where you're gonna hook your electric up, where you're gonna hook your water up. You need something spelled out for a contractor, not just say, here, come in and put that in. Because it's always been the way I've worked here, is that I don't go off the back of the napkin, even though, a lot of times you could. It's just that when things go south, you got nothing to, it's all on me.
You want to make sure it's done right the first time.
Correct.
Got no
And-
problem with it.
And they, a lot of times they already have the knowledge of our facility, so that's kind of one of the reasons we lean that way. But, you are right, you could say, we want something like that, and the supplier could just say, yep, I'll put that right in for you. You go just fine, but all of a sudden they go, well, I had to do all of this, and you get into
Yeah.
things that we don't want to get into.
Is there such a thing
Yeah.
that one boiler will do the whole thing?
It does now.
this all occurred in March, and we got by towards the later half of the season, well, much later half of the season. But I don't, I would never be comfortable to go in that system to rely on one boiler for any length of time. We're fortunate the way it did unfold.
Who's in building 1?
Lincare, Miraclear,
Okay. Okay.
Restaurant.
yeah, Hoagies.
Oh,
Gotta
no.
take care of
You
home.
gotta-
Come on.
You want your steak sandwiches, you better.
I answer that. All right, well, any further discussion? Motion was made and seconded. Call the roll.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitman?
Yes.
Ms. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Minelli?
Yes.
Mr. King? Yes. Ms. Pickman?
Yes.
Agenda item D1.
Okay, approval of T-hanger lease agreement with Pete Regardis. Staff has negotiated a new lease agreement with Pete Regardis for T-hanger number 6 at the Ogdensburg International Airport for a 10-month period commencing March 1st, 2025, terminating December 31st of 2025 at a rate of $240 per month, $2,400 for the 10-month period inclusive of utilities.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Patty, call the roll, please.
Should I ask?
I could just put on the record, I have to abstain. The tenant is a family member.
Ms. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Minelli?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Pickman? Yes. Mr. Burns?
Yes. Agenda item D2.
Agenda item D2, approval of purchase of airfield pavement marking. Runway safety is critical, and the Augsburg Bridge and Port Authority Augsburg International Airport, OGS, is responsible for the safe operation of aircraft on our runways. Due to the aircraft traffic and snow removal equipment, our runway needs to be restriped to meet FAA regulations. 3 bids were received to perform this work. Safety Markings LLC, $69,733.77. K&T Striping LLC, $46,118.03. Highlight Services Airfield Services LLC, $54,115.60. K&T Striping LLC has previously performed airfield pavement markings at OGS. Staff has reviewed these bids and recommends purchasing the service from K&T Striping for an amount not to exceed $46,118.03.
You remember what it was last time?
40 something. It might have been 44.
It
Yeah.
hasn't gone up that
No.
much. Okay, is there a motion? Made and seconded? Any further discussion?
Where are they from, K&T?
Watertown? Adams, I believe.
It's fairly local. Country.
Probably a little for Highlight was based out of Adams when they first started, so imagine some of these guys,
An offshoot.
because I think they moved some of their operation to Clinton.
Clayton?
Yeah. So
K&T?
they're worldwide.
Anything else? No further discussion? Patty, call the roll, please.
Ms. Karen?
Yes.
Mr. Lavelle?
Yes.
Mr. King? Ms. Pickman?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitman?
Yes.
Agenda item D3.
Agenda item D3, Airport Gateway Improvement Terminal Renovations Project. Approval of change orders with Renee Building Contractors. The Augsburg Bridge and Port Authority, the authority is currently engaged in the Gateway Improvements Terminal Renovation Project at the Augsburg International Airport. NISDOT in 7903. McFarland Johnson has submitted 4 change orders on behalf of Marine Building Contractors due to recent contract changes. Change order 012, sanitary sewer tie-in revisions, $11,072. Change order 014, additional ticket counter, $68,685. Change order 016, baseboard power, $10,717. And change order 020, roof drain modifications, $10,409. These change orders totaling $100,883 will be charged to the contingency allowance number 1 and shall be deducted from the project's $800,000 contingency allowance number 1 as reflected as change orders 012, 014, 016, and 020 in future pay applications. Authority staff has reviewed the change orders and recommends approval.
There a motion?
So moved.
Made
Second.
and seconded. Any discussion? Patty, call the roll, please.
Mr. Lavelle?
Yes.
Mr. King? Ms. Pickman? Yes. Mr. Burns?
No.
Ms. Whitman?
Yes.
Ms. Karen?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Agenda item E1.
Okay, approval of use permit, St. Lawrence River Carp Marathon. St. Lawrence River Carp Marathon has requested use of port property at Wheat House Bay for their carp tournament scheduled July 27, 2025 through July 30th, 2025. Staff has prepared a use permit with St. Lawrence River Carp Marathon, which includes a hold harmless clause and requires proof of insurance coverage to be provided to the authority, naming the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority as an additional insured, as well as a security deposit in the amount of $150 and acknowledgement that the property is provided in as its condition. Staff recommends approval of this use permit with St. Lawrence River Cart Marathon.
Motion
So, second.
made and seconded. Any discussion? Patty, call the roll, please.
Mr. King. Ms. Pickman.
Yes.
Mr. Burns.
Yes.
Ms. Whitman.
Yes.
Ms. Karen.
Yes.
Mr. Mello.
Agenda item E2.
Approval of use permit St. Lawrence River International Junior Carp Tournament. St. Lawrence River International Junior Carp Tournament has requested use of port property at Weed House Bay for their carp tournament scheduled for July 31st, 2025 through August 2nd, 2025. Staff has prepared a use permit with St. Lawrence River International Junior Carp Tournament, which includes a hold harmless clause and requires proof of insurance coverage to be provided to the authority, naming the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority as an additional insured, as well as a security deposit in the amount of $150 in acknowledgement that the property is provided in as-is condition. Staff recommends approval of this use permit with St. Lawrence River International Junior Carp Tournament.
Your motion? And seconded. Any discussion? Patty, call the roll.
Ms. Pickman.
Yes.
Ms. Burns.
Yes.
Ms. Whitman.
Yes.
Ms. Karen.
Yes.
Mr. Mello.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Lawrence, anything under such business?
Yes, there is one item that was handed up to you earlier that Anthony can read.
Anthony?
Yes, so authority support of nuclear power facility siting in the North Country. The Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority, OBPA, recognizes the critical need for sustainable, reliable, and long-term energy solutions to support economic growth and environmental goals in northern New York. And New York State has directed the New York Power Authority to explore advanced nuclear energy options as part of a clean energy future. And nuclear power currently contributes nearly 20% of the electricity generated in the United States. And Assemblyman Scott A. Gray recently convened a regional forum in Alexandria Bay, attended by energy industry experts and community leaders, to educate and engage stakeholders in Jefferson and St. Lawrence counties regarding the benefits of modern nuclear energy facilities. And the Gateway for Accelerated Innovation in Nuclear GAIN and other experts have presented evidence that advanced nuclear technologies are safe, environmentally sound, and capable of generating long-term, high-quality employment opportunities during both the construction and operational phases of nuclear facilities. And siting a nuclear power facility in St. Lawrence or Jefferson County would offer significant regional economic and workforce development benefits, particularly in terms of infrastructure investment, energy resilience, and job creation. And OBPA believes that our region is well positioned and willing to participate in this opportunity and contribute meaningfully to New York State's clean energy transition. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority hereby expresses its strong support for the consideration and potential siting of a nuclear power facility in either St. Lawrence or Jefferson County. And be it further resolved that OBPA stands ready to collaborate with state and federal agencies, local governments, economic development organizations, and community stakeholders to explore and promote this transformative energy and economic opportunity for the North Country.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
A second?
I'll second.
This, I think, would be of great benefit to the North Country, no matter where it's located in St. Lawrence or Jefferson counties. And during the discussion, if this happens on state level, I'm sure some of us will be more than happy to provide our opinion that a significant percentage of the power generated will stay right here in the North Country. The nuclear technology is certainly different, safer, environmentally better than it used to be. And this seems like a win-win for the North Country and for the New York State power grid. So I thank Anthony for putting this together, and it's something we should all support. Any other discussion?
You think this is a pretty good, we should have a copy of this to the board.
Absolutely. And to others, I will mention later. Anyone else? Call the roll, please.
Ms. Burns.
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Barrett?
Yes.
Mr. Rendon?
Yes.
Mr. King? Ms. Pickman?
Yes.
Motion passes. Anything else, Mr. Lawrence?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Any concluding comments from board members or staff? Anyone online?
No, Mr. Chair.
Jen, anything?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for being there.
Thanks, Jen.
My pleasure.
Your boss is out on the golf course or?
He did play golf today. He's currently on his way to Maine.
Oh,
But, he's constantly working. So,
so it's been a good day for staff.
not too bad.
Thank you. Anything else? We're scheduled to meet August 14th, which is the Thursday at 5 p.m. Everyone look at their schedules.
I will not be able to.
Okay. Good day. Megan? Check with Tony. Anything else? No? Motion to adjourn? Motion's been made. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We stand adjourned.